What's going on? What's going on? This is Mike coming to you guys live in effect as always. Phil Jones, Mike Jones. No matter how you know me personally or professionally, y'all know who that extra fly individual is in the perfect attire with the white shirt with the black letters on it that says the Extraordinary Man Podcast. State your name.
I am Midas. Make sure you put a king in front of that. Let's go.
All right, all right, all right. So, do you hear me clearly on this podcast this evening?
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
I love it. All right, so let's get right into it, man. So allegedly they trying to take our TikTok from us. They saying that, hey man, that little beacon of free speech that y'all had, it's a little bit too free. And we don't like it no more. And we want to go ahead and rob y'all of y'all liberties. What you think about that, King?
They've been fighting tooth and nail trying to shut down our freedom of speech, where you got Hillary Clinton doing interviews talking about how dangerous free speech is and how dangerous these platforms are because they allow us to just speak freely and we're allowed to just express ourselves, and I can express, how I'm feeling about my day. Just talking about my day is now a threat to national security.
Anyway, let's get right into this because on the topic of TikTok, free speech, and being able to speak and say the things that you need to say, let's roll that beautiful bean footage, shall we?
All right. So, like always, we going into this raw, no chaser. Let's get into it.
The TikTok ban just got a lot more serious, and I don't think anyone saw this coming. For a while, people have been saying, oh, even if it gets banned, it'll still be on your phone. You could still use it. No. TikTok just announced if the Supreme Court doesn't stop the ban, they will just cease operations of the app. Not only will it be off the App Store, TikTok themselves are shutting down the app. They're presenting their case in front of the Supreme Court tomorrow morning, and it needs to go away. I personally think that the Supreme Court will just put a pause on the ban. But if they don't, TikTok will be gone next week. The TikTok ban just got...
All right. So, first and foremost, let's give a shout out today to the content creator here for giving us his take on this thing.
Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and give him a subscribe too. It's right. It's right.
All right, so let's dig into that. What do you know particularly about the beef with TikTok? Little history, little background.
So the only thing that I know for sure, I'll be honest, I didn't do that deep of digging. I'm not a TikToker. But from what I understand, there's supposed to be some type of threat of national security to where the Chinese operated company has the ability to basically, I guess, spy or capture certain types of information on Americans. So that's where this whole threat of national security is coming from. I personally think, America and China just got beef and they're trying to pretty much close any door that gives them any type of access to gain our credit cards, any type of banking information, any type of personal information. They trying to close all them doors. That's what I think.
I mean, I look at it and I say that when it comes down to anything, and again, it's like I'm speaking off of very little information. So you guys got to forgive us. It's like, it's just one of those things that TikTok, I have about 1,500 followers on TikTok. And, I just started really getting the hang of it, getting into it, and like seeing the fruit start to bear from the app. So just the threat of the app leaving, it finally found like found my space. I found my tribe of people that received what I had to say. And it's like, now it's just like, finally, as you're starting to gain your bearings as a content creator, boom, I want to take it from you. Mm-hmm. Then it's like for the small bit of time that I started to hear the rumblings about TikTok, it's like, oh, well, what TikTok in China is showing to their youth versus what they're showing to our youth is night and day. That they have to, there's somewhat of a contrary understanding that they're sending out educational material and they're sending out a bunch of uplifting and powerful stuff, whereas that our algorithms are feeding us a bunch of trash and propaganda. Now, of course, the people who don't necessarily agree, or the anti-establishment people, say that, oh, well, you can get the skinny from across the world. And it's like it's not banned. Nobody's like controlling our ability to hear what people in other countries have to say about what our country is doing. And that's part of the reason why it's being shut down. Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, again, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier as far as trying to shut down freedom of speech, and freedom of speech is also freedom of press as well. Being able to speak on the news that's going on in your area, um, different type of current events that's happening around you, and you're reporting on it and things of that nature. So I think wanting to again close that door on people being able to share information and express themselves, let people know what's going on, show people different types of things that's going on on the opposite end, across the pond. I think I don't get it. I'm not in politics, way above my head. Used to be, but not to that magnitude. Um, but I just think that there's something else at play here as to why they want to shut this app down. I think it's
Listen,
way deeper than the surface level information that they're giving us. Oh, it gives them access to this. Oh, they're people are able to start reporting on that, or fake news and all this other stuff going on. Fake news been around since news been around, so
I'll argue fake news was around before. No, and here's the thing, right? And here is just the thing for me, right? Propaganda has been around forever. We've seen propaganda used in world wars. We've seen propaganda used against the Jews in Nazi Germany,
mhm.
France. We've seen propaganda used against us with Birth of a Nation. We've seen propaganda used over and over again, and it has been representative of some groups of people's idea of what the truth is. Now, I'm not here to decide what is or what is not the truth. I'm just asking from the position of somebody who is an avid social media user.
Mhm.
Do you call foul play?
Absolutely. I definitely call it foul play because maybe there's a money play.
You think
And
there's a financial incentive in blocking it?
correct. Either there's a financial incentive in blocking it, or there was a financial incentive for having it here that's no longer there.
Hmm. Elaborate on that.
So what I mean is maybe the government was able to receive some type of stipend, saying, hey, pretty much almost all of America is on this TikTok thing, man. Man, if you're going to, capture the attention and credit cards and all that of our people, you need to give us some type of kickback or something. You need to give us something for that, man. Because you coming in here and you're basically relinquishing us of our funds so that they can use your TikTok store, and because that's where a lot of products and advertisement is at right now. A lot of products that are being bought, outside of Amazon and all these other major, corporations, but a lot of it is being bought and advertised through the TikTok store. So much so that you have channels that have dedicated, I bought this on TikTok. This was bought on TikTok. This was bought out of the TikTok store. Like, they have channels dedicated to that. So a lot of the funds is being depleted through this TikTok app. A lot of
You know,
funds is funneled into the TikTok app because you have other companies, with just, I'm not gonna say no names, but other major corporations that's funneling money into that app to advertise, and then you have people funneling the money into the app to buy these products.
so let's look at that. Let's dig into that. Money is being made on the TikTok store. So let me share.
All right, let me turn the share off on my end.
Yeah, let's get into that. Come on, because we at this channel, we love the concept of following the money.
Mhm.
We absolutely love that. So because of that, I absolutely want to dig deeper into that situation. So let me make sure that all my ducks is in a row over here real quick. TikTok Shop has generated billions of dollars in sales and projected to make even more. Say gross merchandise value. In 2023, TikTok Shop generated 11.09 billion in gross merchandise value globally. In 2024, it's projected to reach 20 billion. Sales in the US. In the first 6 months of 2024, TikTok Shop generated approximately 1 billion in sales in the US. The LA Times reported that TikTok Shop sells about 7 million worth of products a day in the United States. Wow.
A day.
A day. So even if there wasn't even if that wasn't a thought to consider for the reason why the TikTok ban was coming in, it now becomes one, because you looking at real numbers saying that $7 million a day is being sent out to Chinese companies and to whoever their affiliates are on that side and shipped in, so that you got the Temu's of the world, you have the Wish.coms of the world, you have the TikTok stores of the world. It's like we found a back door to gain revenue from the United States. That's crazy to consider. You know,
I believe that's the problem.
Alibaba Express. I mean, so again, even in you saying that, and this is one of the things I want to strongly emphasize on, is that when you follow the money in most situations, whether you want to call BS or anything, and this is just a life rule, if you follow the money in almost every situation, it will always lead you to an undeniable path that, whether you agree or disagree, whether you like it or whether you don't, it opens up a door that you don't consider. And in this situation, the door that you just took me down was, well, I had to eat my own rule. Like, of course, I try not to be a conspiracy theorist. I do. We had a whole conversation about Disney princesses and stuff like that earlier. That was
I promise y'all, it was a very intelligent conversation.
Hey man, listen, we got daughters, bro. Like, it is what it is. I can talk about whatever. I will talk about do not make me go get my Photoshop plush, okay? I'm serious about mine. Like, I don't play. But on all seriousness, it's just like the whole thought process of just thinking about situations from a deeper perspective and trying to understand. This TikTok thing is just one of many situations that try to make you think about why is there such a push, right?